But it requires work, and I like to say that hard work sucks, and not everybody's cut out for it. And that goes with not just your job, whether you're working in a cubicle or you're building houses or you're a ditch digger or a school teacher, um, but it's also in your relationship, and self improvement, all that shit. Work, hard work sucks, and not everybody's cut out for it. And that's one of the things I kind of live by, that, and it's something I invented. I invented that, that hard work sucks and not everybody's cut out for it. But if you work freaking hard, eventually you are going to be rewarded. And some people have like a bleak outlook, dude, all I do is work my
Yeah.
freaking ass off and there's no light at the end of the tunnel, blah, 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 blah. Well, you're probably stuck in a rut. You're not looking for the next big thing, and maybe you really aren't working your ass off. Maybe you're just in the mix, you're in the grind, you're a cog in the system, and you're not looking to level up. You're not looking for the next best thing. You're just accepting mediocrity.
Yeah, there's a massive difference between being busy and achieving
Mhm.
something and actually getting shit
Right.
done. And I've noticed that with a lot of like top performers, it's what can I do to make this better? How can I get incremental changes? You've worked with some of these amazing people, like through in different services, you've done collaborations with other units, etc. What do you notice about top performers that you teach with people you've worked with? Are there similarities in their habits, mindsets, just the way they approach life? Do you think that makes them so good?
Yeah, you know what? With the top performers, one is usually they're pretty humble. That's there's certain common denominators. One is they're pretty humble, um, because that type of like humility will allow you uh, to have a little bit more uh, like respect. It'll help you gain respect. The other thing is the top performers are they're self-governed. They put the extra work in, and they
Mhm.
put the extra work in when nobody's looking. They're not looking for applause or a pat on the back. Hell no, they're definitely not doing that. But those are the big things, and usually they're good listeners and good observers. You know, they're checking stuff out. They're not stuck in their own little bubble. They're not stuck in a vacuum. They are very observant. They are omnicognizant. They're looking at everybody, watching everybody, listening to everything, uh, but they're putting the extra work in when nobody's looking.
Because it's something I've noticed with a lot of these sort of top performers is they're always looking to improve their training, and because they realize they'll fall back to the highest level of their training, not the
Right.
situation they're in. So they want to make sure that they're working their ass off, like you're saying, doing all these extra things and that. Um, I mean, it's that something I've noticed is like other operators have said. There's no you're just training all the time. You don't but then a lot of them put the extra emphasis on. I want to get better at X. I want to get better at Y. How do you get like assigned the jobs that you're going to do in the unit? But how do you make sure that you're the good at combat, but you're also a specialist in that job you're given? How do you juggle these sort of conflicting demands? Because it seems like to do one, it's hard to keep the others, spinning the other plates. Do you
Mm.
struggle with that, or is that something they teach you to juggle the responsibilities?
Yeah, you've got to learn how to prioritize. And that's a that's a pretty big deal. Especially, let's say you're a special ops guy and you're a family man.